All right, what happened recently at Trenton Airport, I have never seen before. Let me start rolling the tape.
Number 278, Sierra Papa is now number 2 to follow the suspect traffic just ahead of you, runway 24, clear to land.
Okay, the first player in this is November 278 Sierra Papa. And there is so much drama in here that's about to come up in just a couple of minutes. It's unbelievable. But this aircraft is on downwind. So he's paralleling the runway. He's going to do a 180, come back and land, right? The tower controller calls him up. This tower controller does not seem like he's in a good mood. But you'll see here in a minute. He calls him up and he gets no response. Here we go.
November 278 Sierra Papa, acknowledge.
Say again.
Ooh.
You're on the downwind. You should be listening to every transmission. Remember, 278 Sierra Papa is number 2 to follow suspect just ahead of you, runway 24, cleared to land.
Oof. Okay. Just the way he said clear to land like that. Like he's right on the edge, this guy. And again, lots of pressure in a control tower. And Trenton, New Jersey is in a busy part of the country. I lived right across the river from Trenton, New Jersey and Philadelphia. And so I'm very familiar with flying in and out of there. I flew out of Willow Grove, Pennsylvania, which is just slightly north of Philadelphia. And again, very, very congested airspace. And the controllers take no prisoners, right? These guys are absolutely all about business all the time. And if you don't listen up on the radios, you're going to get scolded. Now you might listen to this and go, why is the guy so harsh with him? Hey, folks, this is serious business, right? You're in the back of that airplane. You want that pilot to be heads up listening all the time. And so part of the learning curve here is you get kind of a guy he's kind of like a dad, all right? You're going to see what I'm talking about here in a minute. This guy's kind of like a father figure to maybe some of these younger pilots. And so he's saying, hey, you're on the downwind. You need to be listening up all the time. Now, are there reasons that he might not have heard the transmission? Sure. It could have gotten stepped on by another radio. Yep. It doesn't appear that there was any of those. It appears that he was just kind of flying and missed the transmission. All right. So he gets scolded here, cleared to land, right? There's more. The good stuff's coming.
Number 2, following the traffic, clear to land 24. Sorry about that, 278 Sierra Papa.
And he apologizes. That's good. All right.
Set tower, Cessna, November 305, Foxtrot Golf, holding support 24 at Bravo.
Okay, now the second player is Cessna, November 305, Fox Golf, and they're holding short of runway 24 at Bravo. So far, so good, right? They're going to be given some instructions here in a minute. And then a third player comes into this thing that really messes the whole thing up. Let's watch.
Ready for departure.
Number 305, Foxtrot Golf, Trenton Tower, hold short, line of traffic.
Hold short, landing traffic 305, Foxtrot Golf.
Okay, that's completely normal. He gives him instruction, hold short of the runway. I've got this other guy, 278 Sierra Papa. They're coming around to land. They're going to be touching down any minute. If you're at the hold short, you can see him coming. All right, she reads back the instruction. Everything's good so far.
Number 790 Sierra Papa, no delay. Right turn onto Delta, ground point 9 to keep it moving. Hold short of Alpha.
No delay, right turn on Delta.
Okay, typical instruction.
790 Sierra Papa.
Number 305 Foxtrot Golf, runway 24, line up and wait.
And nothing. All right, so she missed that call. All right, so he said line up and wait, and she didn't reply. Don't know why, but again, he just scolded the guy on the downwind for not listening up on the radios. Gives another instruction here. It doesn't get a response. Let's see how he handles this.
November 305 Foxtrot Golf, acknowledge.
Okay, whenever you hear that word acknowledge, you don't hear that very often. When you hear acknowledge, like, oh, I missed that. I just missed something, right? So acknowledge, what does he get?
305 Foxtrot Golf, say again.
Ooh. All right. And then there's silence.
278 Sierra Papa, turn right onto Delta, ground point 9er.
Okay, so remember November 278 Sierra Papa, that was the guy he scolded on the downwind. They're now on the ground. He gives them taxi instruction to get off the runway. So that's what she was, holding for. All right, but they're already off the runway. Remember, he hasn't closed the loop here now with 305 Fox Golf. She just said, say again, and he didn't come back with anything yet.
Delta ground point 9 at 278 Sierra Papa.
Okay. And then this happens.
Foxtrot Golf, he said line up and wait.
Oh, hold on. Who's that? Who is that? That's not the tower controller. That's somebody else that says Foxtrot Golf. He said, line up and wait. I have never heard this before. All right. I have never heard another aircraft on the airport repeat an instruction from the tower or air traffic control. Never, not once. Now, the one time I did hear another aircraft speak to another aircraft, it's because that other aircraft was on fire and they were right behind them and they saw flames coming out of an engine. And so they just keyed up the mic and they said, hey, aircraft in front of us, your right engine's on fire. Now, that's good information and timely information that the tower might not know. I've never, not once in 42 years of flying, have ever heard another aircraft relay, if you will, or help out the tower or air traffic control with an instruction that another aircraft didn't receive. You can get yourself and them into a world of hurt by doing this. He says this. Let's see how Dad up in the tower is going to respond.
No, hey, you don't give instructions like that. Who just said that?
Okay. All right. Did you ever step on it with your dad? All right. I'm talking with my kids. I hardly ever raise my voice, but on the rare occasions with 8 children, there were times when Dad did put his foot down and did raise his voice and wanted to get to the bottom of whatever it is right now, that kind of attitude. Right. And so we called it at my house, at my home growing up, stepping on the rattlesnake. And I would always say to the kids, don't step on the rattlesnake. Okay, just remember, Dad might be here and I'm a nice guy and I'm trying to get along. But if you step over that line and you do something that's dangerous or puts somebody else in this family in danger or puts me in danger, you're going to hear from me and you're going to hear directly from me. So this tower controller, right on, buddy. All right, I'd love to meet this guy because he scolds this guy on the radio. And now he's going to follow up. He's going to find out who did this.
All right, there's 4 of you out there, so I'm going to find out what one of you did. You have a chance.
Can you tell this guy's a dad? Okay, he says, I know there's 4 of you out there, and I'm going to get to the bottom. It's like lining up all the kids and go, you're going to stay in this house. You're grounded forever until I find out who committed that crime, right? He keeps going.
I have a chance to be honest right now. Who just said that out on the frequency?
Okay, you have a chance to be honest right now. I need to know who said that. And he gets this in response.
That was 583.
Say again?
96583.
Pretty effective. Okay, I have to tell you, he got a confession right away. And that's good. If you're the person in this situation that did it, you know what? Own it. It's going to go a whole lot better for you in the long run if you just say, I owned it. But if you don't and you go silent and he has to try to figure it out, it's going to get ugly if they have to do an investigation because they can. Forensically, they can go back, they can run the tape, they can tell whose voice modulation is with what aircraft. And then when they come and find you, then they're going to pull your license. All right. This is going to be a scolding on the phone later on, but you're probably not going to get your license pulled. This is an important life lesson for a young pilot. And it's good that he fessed up. Keeps going.
Number 583, Roger, get your destination. You give the tower a call.
Yes, sir.
That was
Yes,
a
sir.
dangerous thing you did.
Yep. I agree 100%.
Hey, Tower, would you give me that number, please?
Okay, so he gives him the number. And now, why was that so dangerous? What's so dangerous is something might have changed in the meantime. And so the controller now may not want them to line up and wait. They might want them to hold short. Remember, he hasn't closed the loop with them yet. And so if you're relaying a thing on the behalf of the tower, the other airplane that's hearing that thinks the tower just called them. And now this guy's lost total control over his airport. You can't have that. Right? He's got to be in control. He's got to be giving instructions to the aircraft. They have to be reading them back, but nobody else can interject into that situation. And this aircraft 96583 just did. They interjected themselves into this foolishly. They got scolded for it. They got told this was a dangerous situation. Now they're going to write down the phone number. Here it comes.
609 882.
As you know, that's an awful moment in the life of any pilot, but this guy earned it.
609-882. I apologize.
All right, keep apologizing, buddy. That's what I would do. I'd keep apologizing.
November 305 Foxtrot Golf, runway 24, clear for takeoff.
Okay, now they get the instruction.
November
Clear for
305
takeoff.
Foxtrot Golf.
Right, they acknowledge everybody's on their best behavior now because they've stepped on the rattlesnake.
6583 Trenton Tower, hold short, awaiting I-5 release.
Hold short. Sorry.
Okay, yep, right by the book I would
Number
be.
583, runway 24, cleared for takeoff.
Right.
Takeoff 583.
All right, they're clear for takeoff and they depart. I assume they had their conversation when he landed at the other end. I'd love to be a fly on the wall and hear how that one went. I can imagine it was kind of a one-sided conversation. I would guess if I was 583, there'd be a lot of apologizing going on. I won't ever do that again. I would be very contrite had I done that. It's tempting to want to do that at times, but you have to have the radio discipline not to key up the mic and relay an instruction that now is 60, 90 seconds old. A lot has changed. And again, I have never heard anybody do this, not in 40 years plus of flying aircraft. This one's a one-off for me, and I've learned a lot from watching this video. I hope you have too. Well, now you know. I'm Captain Steeeve. Fly safe.